Hey, Lori here. Um, in these times of great change that are upon us, you sit there and think about it and you get aggravated. I mean, we go through stages. We get mad, we get aggravated, we feel helpless, we feel hopeless. And then one day we just kind of go numb. And then, like a little light lets off in our mind, and we think, maybe there's a possibility. Maybe there's a possibility to make a choice, make a difference. Maybe, just maybe, there's still time to have faith in each other and, try to rise above what's happening and actually dare to dream about something better and more profound for the greater good of all. So, January 2024 is a time of deep reflection for all of us, for each of us, and it's more than just our soul's growth. A lot of us in the New Age community and all that, and tend to believe, well, all I got to do is think of me, and but I beg to differ. I beg to differ in the sense that we do need to be involved in our own futures. Yes, we need to dream, and yes, we need to keep our positive influence in the light and love really grounded in the earth and spread out to others. And yes, we need to keep our sanity. But we also need to make an attempt at seeing a bigger picture that includes everyone, that includes the planet. And I guess this is where I'm at today. May we rise and become that which we were always meant to be, fair, just, and loving. Anything less is a crime to ourselves and to humanity, as well as all other sentient life on this planet, of which we were meant to be the caretakers of, not the kings of whatever we want. This is just the basic proclamation of a new world we hope to bring forth from these troubling times. If you agree, pass it on. Share the basics of a vision we can each hold, a feeling of camaraderie and love. For we are the power. When we don't allow anyone to divide us, question everything, be a voice, stand up for something. It can be anything. Just keep your intention for the greater good of all. Pass it on to make a change. And it must start with a basic thought that will give each of us a feeling of faith again in something bigger than ourselves, that which each of us are an integral part of. Let us dream big again. Let us dare to shake the old foundations that we have relied on, and let them be rebuilt with better mortar, values, with better stones, morals, with better measurements, respect for all, with better designs, love. Do we dare to dream again, to reach beyond the old ways that just do not serve us? This system is only failing due to greed. We can still get back our pride and dignity for all if we would all dare to dream just a bit bigger, with the greater good for all as our intention. Can you feel the new hope yet in your heart? Did it just open a little bit more? I think if you're honest with yourself, you would say yes. So read this again and again, and then pass it on. Let's see if we would dare even to propose such an outlandish dream. A voice in the dark, Lori Elliot. We are sovereign beings having an experience as learners of greater knowledge. We are enough. We are free. We have rights. See on my page for other things like this. The antitrust law to bust up monopolies. The United Nations 30 basic human rights. And this is not just for the United States of America, my own country. This is for the whole world. Reach out and touch something and grow. Believe in something bigger than yourself, bigger than all of us, and that we're each a part of it. I dare you. ask, why not? We are the power. We are the majority. We are the essence of life, and together we are unstoppable. I dare you to allow yourself the feeling of expansion into a new world of possibilities. Will it be easy? Hell no. But it will be gratifying as we conquer each new obstacle. We will build strong hearts that in time we won't be able to divide ever again. Let us not allow ourselves to become lazy or like an ostrich with our head in the sand. Let us rise and always remember as time goes on, with each stride we take and each victory we have in the changing of the guard, so to speak, that we are moved when we found ourselves alone in the dark, that we dared to rise above and we dared to love again, everyone and everything. Blessings and love. What say ye? Lori Elliot is a humble woman, a mother, a grandmother, an artist, and a lover of the human potential. She has had a dream what a bright new world could be. We need only hold the feeling that kind of world would give us. So allow yourself to feel a new world in which we find we are working hard again towards something invigorating and expansive. Dare to dream. Dare to be something more than you are right now. Be present. Be kind. Be gracious and be alive. We are on the verge of the greatest evolution the human race has ever been through. Let us all take part in it. Let us show the universe what we are made of. Stardust and all that shit. Start with the basic vision of faith in ourselves and each other. Then let that grow into something even bigger. Allow your heart to open to the possibility that we might be able to do it. Then begin to meditate. Allow yourself time each day to relax enough to hear the universe guide you. Practice listening and fine-tuning your intuition. And let's fly together into the unknown and create a better world for all. Remember to keep an eye out for good candidates that do not use the same crappy negative put-downs towards the other side. We need to start finding people that will fill both parties with integrity, so we are balanced once again. A golden era is at hand if we just allow ourselves to believe it. Blessings and love. Oh, and look up the Constitution and look up the amendments on the Bill of Rights, and I mean memorize them, and that's for the whole world. And don't forget to look up the United Nations 30 basic human rights. We need to realize how integral we are to the greater whole of everything and stop acting like sheep or like angry children. And trust me, I've been going through the dark night of the soul, so I know how that angry child is, because I'm one of them. I'm learning not to be. Thank God I was just yelling at the gods because they got big enough shoulders to take it. But dare to just do and be something better than you are today, every day. And dare to dream again. We are people who are proud of our differences. We do not want to hate each other. We want to work together as humans. Human beings, period. Not white, black, Asian, Mexican, Spanish, African, Nigerian, French, German, India, Native American, Eskimo, English, Egyptian, Greek, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Russian, Swedish, Polynesian, Peruvian, Brazilian, Cuban, Finnish, Italian, Romanian, and all the rest of the world that we represent. We are just humans that came here for the promise of freedom to be ourselves, to become an owner of a business, to buy a house, to have their children in good schools, to be away from violence, to live as they are, as a supporting member of our diverse, luscious society and country. We are not our religions. We are first and foremost human, neighbors, lovers, friends, co-workers, servers of the people. We all came here for the promise to have religious freedom, to chase the American dream, and to feel safe. These are the things we are losing day by day. We need and we will not stop until we have voted out all of our current government bodies who have not been working towards the greater good of all, and usher in a new governing force that provides these things to us again. We will not be forced into hating each other anymore. We will reach out and learn from our neighbors and friends the different things about each other so we might understand each other more. We will teach our children empathy and morals. We will teach them to center themselves with meditation. We will teach them a martial art for discipline and self-protection. We will become the greatest schools of thought, science, and the arts of every kind. No longer will we raise fighters and bullies or persons of glory. We will teach sports that encourage our young to be team players and excel in the strength of working together, win or lose. No more one or two key players. Each player is just as important. We will rise as a humanity in an evolution through expansion and love. It is a revolution for evolution. We will be the forefront for all countries to want to follow suit. People will rise all over the world as we do. They also will have the same goals, for this is an idea whose time has come. We will keep in God we trust, knowing that the single word of God is representing every religion's vision of their gods. No one religion will claim God as the only God there is. God knows no boundaries or colors and will be represented as such for the greater good of all. Everyone has the right to worship as they see fit. However, this is why we have separation of church and state. As governing bodies, we will keep the single word to represent all religions and gods. The time is upon us as a race of beings to be the change, to be the evolution of our personal selves, as well as our governing bodies in this country. No more will we tolerate being considered as unworthy or insignificant to anyone. We each are necessary in the foundations of being a human society. Each of us has a right to take up space and be at the table, so move over. Those of you, you know who you are. We the people are the true governors of this country. Blessings and love. Get a copy of the United States of America's Constitution at Amazon.com. Read it and the Bill of Rights, which the amendments are written. Spread the word around the world. We can do this. We have inalienable rights that the powers that be have never disclosed, but hidden small truths in different venues throughout the web to cover their asses, just like a bad lawyer. Anyway, the truth is, all humans on Earth have the right to say, I do not consent to anything that the powers that be are attempting to control us or involve us directly, whichever way you wish to explain or express it. They were given the okay to rule us, yet we were to be included directly, not indirectly, to all decisions. Now is the time to put things right, as all truths must be unveiled. Ask them about the original accord, when the human body was brought online to house the soul stuck here due to the low vibration. It had to be a body able to house a soul of such magnitude that the alien beings contracted to help had no choice but to eventually, during the genetic trials of creating Homo sapiens, i.e. mythology grew from these truths, that their own blood would be required to house such a soul, the souls of gods. And it was actually Nanan, Inky's wife, that did it, not Inky. I just wanted to make that clear. So, the powerful ones, the Anunnaki, who are still in charge, are not our God. In all reality, we are our own God, goddess, and we are an integral part of all that is source. You know, the force. If this is all too much to take in, just know that your soul is not human or created by anyone except the greatest on high, source. You have rights. Pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. Try to remember who you are and embrace it. The time for remembering is upon us. More to come on the truths of who and what we are. The awakening is about these truths. Are they necessary for your ascension? Yes and no. For some, yes. These truths must be delivered so as to return to the higher heavens, lightworkers. For 5D access, no. You will, however, wish to begin your journey into knowing your truest self. I always encourage meditation and talking to God. Not simple prayers, big talking. Ask the big questions. Never be afraid of God. God is all that is. For questions, you can contact me at LoriElliott963@gmail.com. Another note. This isn't about, everybody gets to not everybody's going to 5D. Okay? And some are going to get stuck in 4D for a while to get used to what's going on, and the change is happening. Because the changes have to happen within. And you have to have a pure heart. You have to get rid of all your judgments and all your negative things and all your resentments. I mean, it's a lot of crap. And we all hold it. Not any of us is not guilty of that. And then you have to get rid of your guilt and your shame. And you got to forgive God and yourself. And those are the two biggest ones that are the hardest ones to forgive, because in all actuality, one and the both are the same. But do it. It's worth it. You're worth it. Everyone's worth it. But all souls travel a different path. All souls pick their path. So some are going to move now to 5D. Some are moving into 4D, because 4D is like a place where we can be buffered a bit from the 5D. Because 5D, they can read your mind, they can feel your energy, everything's real raw and upfront. So you really need to be a little cleaner and purer and more positive, But in 4D, it's like a little bubble where you get to go through these things, and you get to learn more about your triggers, learn more about your deepest inner feelings. And 2024 is the year that all of this is going to bring up the deepest rooted stuff inside of us. And it is not fun, and it's shocking to some of us. And to some who are so afraid to look at themselves, I just want to tell you that you are loved. You are loved immensely. So look inside, clear out the shame and guilt and the sorrow and the sadness and the pain and the hurt, the defiance and the angriness and the angry child, and love that angry child and give her whatever it is she needs. Mine needed to be boss for a few years, so I've been letting her be boss until the house got too messy, and then I had to take over a little bit. But the point being is that some of you are going to get stuck on the 3D. And if you do, it's because your path wasn't ready yet, where you're at. That means you just haven't dealt with all your karma. And but when you go to that white light and they tell you that you've got this to learn and that to learn, it's a lie. If you choose to want to go back, which all of us are beautiful, innocent souls, and usually we can be talked into going back over and over and over again. Don't recycle yourself. Tell them no, you're done now. Or shoot for the stars instead of the white light. But if you want to continue in more of a physical form, and you want to get to 4D, then you have to deal with your karma, your inner hate, your inner issues. And don't worry about other people when it comes to that. You'll get to a point where you'll be able to see other people just as they are, a soul having an experience. It doesn't have to affect you anymore. And it's really beautiful. So I hope you get there. And you'll learn to have memories. And you'll allow your ego to bring up the protection red flags and stuff, and listen to them. And listen to your intuition. It isn't there just for safety. It's there for guidance, for anything you want, anything you need. So just allow yourself enough expansion, mentally, emotionally, and physically, to see, or be willing to see, something a little more profound in your eyes when you look in your eyes in that mirror. Allow yourself to have a smile that comes up from your heart to your mouth. And don't you take your eyes off of yourself until that smile reaches your eyes. And you see that starry wonder child again. That's who needs your love. That's who needs to know that they can trust you. So get to work. Get to know that being. Because it's that joyous, innocent being that is the true you. And then you'll take all those things that you learned from all those lessons and all those lifetimes and become a well-rounded spiritual being. We're all light beings when it gets down to it. We're all gods. But it takes time to get there, to understand it and to feel it and to own it. And you don't own it with arrogance. You own it with just raw knowledge and faith and love. So believe in yourself and love yourself enough to let yourself heal and expand wherever it takes you, and allow yourself to dream again. And there are so many wonderful places in this universe and different dimensions and different realms of life. And be careful. Not all of them are healthy and good, but allow yourself to explore and allow yourself to remember who you are and allow yourself to become involved instead of being angry all the time about things. Let yourself become humble just enough to maybe think that even if I change my thought patterns, I'm making a difference. Even if you can't go up and become a senator, a congressman, or a mayor, or a governor, at least change your mindset so you can at least be something that is mentally and spiritually supporting the others. Godspeed. Love y'all. And this is Lori out. You can always check my website, spiritscrossing.net. I'm on Facebook, TikTok. No, not TikTok. Instagram, and that other one, X, whatever it's called, and Pinterest. Love ya. Take care.